NBA trade candidates after Lauri Markkanen extension, featuring Brandon Ingram and Zach LaVine, Chicago Bulls news today. With Lauri Markkanen's extension officially locked in, the trade landscape is heating up. We're diving into which players could be on the move next, with a special focus on Brandon Ingram and Zach LaVine. Find out who might be the next big trade targets and what these moves could mean for the Chicago Bulls and the rest of the NBA. Don't miss our analysis and predictions. Hit that subscribe button and stay ahead of the curve with the latest Bulls news. Welcome to Chicago Bulls News, your go-to source for the latest updates on the Windy City's favorite team. We've got you covered with breaking news, trade rumors, and in-depth analysis of everything Bulls. From United Center to the front office, we're bringing you the inside scoop. Hit subscribe and let's talk Bulls basketball. First things first, let's talk about the extension that's shaking up the trade market. Lauri Markkanen, the Finnish sensation, has just inked a 3-year, $180 million extension with the Utah Jazz. This deal is a game-changer, folks. It not only secures Markkanen's future in Salt Lake City but also has ripple effects across the league. Markkanen's meteoric rise with the Jazz has been nothing short of spectacular. After being traded from Cleveland, he's transformed into an all-star caliber player, averaging career highs in points, rebounds, and efficiency. This extension is a clear signal that the Jazz are all in on building around Markkanen as their cornerstone. But what does this mean for the rest of the league? Well, it takes one of the most intriguing young talents off the trade market. Teams that might have been eyeing Markkanen as a potential trade target now have to look elsewhere. And that's where things get interesting. Let's shift our focus to one of the most tantalizing trade candidates out there, Brandon Ingram of the New Orleans Pelicans. Ingram, a former All-Star and Most Improved player, has been the subject of trade rumors for a while now. With Markkanen off the board, Ingram's value in the trade market just shot up. Ingram's skill set is undeniable. At 6'8" with a 7'3" wingspan, he's a matchup nightmare for opponents. His smooth scoring ability, improved playmaking, and developing defensive skills make him an attractive option for teams looking to add a dynamic wing player. But why would the Pelicans consider trading him? It's all about fit and timeline. With Zion Williamson as the franchise centerpiece, when healthy, and the emergence of Trey Murphy III, there's a growing sentiment that Ingram might be the odd man out in New Orleans. Several teams could be in the mix for Ingram's services. The Toronto Raptors, still reeling from the departure of Fred VanVleet, could use a scoring punch on the wing. The Miami Heat, always on the lookout for star talent, might see Ingram as the perfect complement to Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo. Don't sleep on the New York Knicks either. They've been searching for a true number one option, and Ingram could be their guy. Imagine Ingram in the bright lights of Madison Square Garden, feeding off the energy of that crowd. It's a tantalizing prospect. But what would it take to pry Ingram away from the Pelicans? We're talking multiple first-round picks, young talent, and probably a solid veteran or two. It's a steep price, but for a player of Ingram's caliber, it might just be worth it. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room, Zach LaVine and the Chicago Bulls. LaVine's situation in the Windy City has been a hot topic for months, and with Markkanen's extension, the spotlight on LaVine is brighter than ever. LaVine is a two-time All-Star with elite scoring ability. He can light it up from beyond the arc, finish at the rim with authority, and create his own shot in isolation. On paper, he's exactly the kind of player teams should be clamoring for. So why is he on the trade block? It all comes down to team dynamics and direction. The Bulls have struggled to find consistency with their core of LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, and Nikola Vucevic. There's a growing sense that a shakeup is needed, and LaVine, with his massive contract and superstar potential, is the most logical trade piece. The Philadelphia 76ers have been linked to LaVine for a while now. With James Harden's future uncertain, LaVine could be the perfect backcourt partner for Joel Embiid. His ability to play on and off the ball would give the Sixers offense a new dimension. The Los Angeles Lakers are another team to watch. LeBron James isn't getting any younger, and the Lakers are in win-now mode. LaVine's scoring prowess could take some pressure off LeBron and Anthony Davis, potentially forming a new Big Three in LA. Don't count out the Dallas Mavericks either. They've been searching for a reliable second option next to Luka Doncic, and LaVine could be that guy. His ability to catch and shoot would mesh well with Luka's playmaking, and he's athletic enough to finish Luka's lobs in transition. The asking price for LaVine won't be cheap. We're talking multiple first-round picks, young prospects with upside, and possibly a veteran to help balance salaries. It's a hefty package, but for a player of LaVine's caliber, it could be a risk worth taking. While Ingram and LaVine are the headliners, there are plenty of other intriguing trade candidates to keep an eye on. Let's run through a few. Pascal Siakam, Toronto Raptors. With the Raptors seemingly in rebuild mode, Siakam could be on the move. His versatility on both ends of the floor would be a valuable addition to any contender. OG Anunoby, Toronto Raptors, another Raptor who could be packing his bags. Anunoby's elite 3 and D skills make him a perfect fit for teams looking to boost their perimeter defense and floor spacing. DeJounte Murray, Atlanta Hawks. The Trae Young-Murray backcourt hasn't quite lived up to expectations. Murray's two-way ability could make him an attractive target for teams needing guard help. Buddy Hield, Indiana Pacers, one of the league's best shooters. Hield could provide instant offense for a team looking to boost their perimeter scoring. Kyle Kuzma, Washington Wizards. With the Wizards in full rebuild mode, Kuzma's scoring and improved playmaking could be on the move to a contender. Now, let's talk about some dark horse candidates that could surprise us all. Klay Thompson, Golden State Warriors. This one's a long shot, but with Jordan Poole's emergence and the Warriors' luxury tax concerns, could the unthinkable happen? Julius Randle, New York Knicks. After a bounce-back season, Randle's value is high. If the Knicks decide to go all in on youth, Randle could be a surprise trade candidate. DeAndre Ayton, Phoenix Suns. The Suns' new ownership might want to shake things up. Ayton's potential is still tantalizing, and he could be a valuable trade chip. So, what does all this mean for the NBA landscape? Well, we could be in for one of the most exciting trade seasons in recent memory. With Markkanen off the board, teams are going to be even more aggressive in pursuing the remaining star talent. This could lead to a significant power shift in the league. Imagine Ingram on the Heat, LaVine on the Sixers, or Siakam on the Mavericks. These moves could dramatically alter the balance of power in both conferences. For rebuilding teams, this is a golden opportunity to stockpile assets. Draft picks will be flying around like hotcakes, and young prospects will be changing hands at a dizzying rate. It's a chance for savvy GMs to set their franchises up for long-term success. On the flip side, contenders will be feeling the pressure to make a splash. With the league as wide open as it's been in years, there's a sense that one big move could be the difference between a championship and an early playoff exit. Remember, in the NBA, things can change in the blink of an eye. By this time next week, we could be looking at a completely different landscape. That's why it's crucial to stay tuned and keep up with the latest developments. What do you think? Who's most likely to be traded? Which team will make the biggest splash? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more NBA content.